Hi, it's Wednesday night, the 25th of November, day 329 of my journey to business alignment, and I'm still living the dream. It's Thanksgiving Eve, and I'm loving it. My power statement for this morning said I'm going to finish the Ontoport order forms and then get their URLs to Fahad to set them up as soon as possible. Well, I was able to get the first order form for the first step lesson product all finished out and working properly, and so I then duplicated it 12 times and renamed each one so that I have one for each step lesson product. And I'm working through each one to modify them to reflect that product that it's related to. When I'm done, I will have 12 step lesson order forms and the one full package order form done and ready to go. Been involved. So bam, done, way to go. Ready to go on to the next step in the process of the flow chart that Ontoport has provided me. Ontoport's still working on the 2 issues I sent them to fix several days ago. I'm not sure why it's taking so long, but they must be complicated fixes. You know, these companies have reboots and have updates and new added features, and it may cause a glitch here and there, so we'll see. And so I'm just going to continue moving forward and work on those steps I can control, and when they get those 2 issues fixed, I'll go on to do a test of the order forms again and see how they work and how they look. So here's my to-do list I had for today, right there. Bam, done, small on that one. I should say I also had several Fahad ones that he had to do. Got those to him, and he got those done. And I had some Ontoport to-dos. Look at that. So I could have put them all on the same sheet, but I'm writing here and writing here and writing there. And I just get them all done, and that's what I got done today. So my most important task for today was to get the product ordering form set up for step lesson 1. Test it again, and then make 12 copies of it. Boom, 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 boom. And then have Fahad do the linking up of that order form and its respective landing page, and do that on all 12 the same way. Well, my fun task for today was to replicate that order form 12 more times, because I got the one done. And then I was sent the information to get it to Fahad to link up and connect them, so we'll see how he gets them done. And my exciting task for today was to test the auto response emails for each order form now that I changed them out for each one of the order forms. And it was a process, 3 chats and a couple hours, and oh my goodness. But getting it to work and respond and get that process of a flow chart and each little piece, boom, boom, boom. It's quite the system, and it's involved, and I'm learning, but boy, oh boy. Now, let's go through the end of the day success routine questions. Get honest with yourself, Marty. What didn't go well today, or what could you have done better today? Did you wake up early and start strong? That's never a problem. It's fun. Cold blast of water. Win the morning, win the day. I started my morning with power doing that. Were you productive throughout your day? Well, you just saw 3 pages of notes. Absolutely. Pieces through the portal of my mind into the world of the physical manifested out there. Did you get the most important things done? Yes. Did you move your goals forward? Yes. Did you show up as the person you wanted to today? Yes. What about your personal time with Kathleen? Had a wonderful midweek, hump week, Wednesday. It was great. Movie time. Were you present? I was present for her. I should say that I'll get into it when I get into the Ontoport discussion. Next were the end of the day success routine accountability questions. Were you honest with yourself about today's task, Marty? In other words, did you keep your promises that you made to yourself this morning? Well, this morning I promised myself that I would jump on the chat call with an Ontoport helper so that they could help me figure out how to set up the rest of the product order forms for each and every one of those step lessons. This includes getting both the order forms and the emails and the thank you page pop open to go and work with each one of those orders. Each piece has to be linked up. Oh my goodness sake. It was crazy going through all of that. But I got it done, and I was excited. Now I can do the 12. Once I got that one working right, the email right, and the thank you page popping open, the email sent, oh, great, great, great. But took the day for sure. The next question is, what movies did you watch during your mindfulness time today, Marty? Did you make time for them? And were there any new instant preplay movies that you saw and called up to the screen in your mind? Well, I watched my must-see TV favorite 5 movies. I then couldn't help myself from calling up an instant preplay movie of the Ontoport order forms and payment options process. I'm still trying to get them to all work right, and seeing things in my mind helps me get that done. I know how I want it to work and how I want it to do and perform, and that's what I work to get done. My My next question says, what's the one thing that would make all the difference going forward? What one thing can I do better tomorrow, even if the day went sideways, that would make all the difference going forward? Well, of course, getting these Ontoport tasks done as soon as possible would be the most important thing that I could focus on. And I'm not going to change that for today or any day until going forward, until I get this website done, which is the most important task right now. The one thing I can do better each day going forward until the site's done is to focus, not get distracted, and ask good questions of the chat folks at Ontoport. And they're going to help me get it all done. My power statement for tomorrow, which is Thanksgiving, simply says, I'm going to enjoy a wonderful Thanksgiving day with my wife. Period. A slug day, a relaxed day, do what she wants day. I'm looking so forward to that day. Because of COVID, we have to kind of stay in here. We can do our little dual calls or Google chats or whatever and on the screen, but we can't have them over, and we're not going to get that doggone COVID thing. So that's what we're doing. The next question of my end of the day success routine is to ask myself, were there any mistakes or failures that I may have made today that I can turn into a success going forward? Well, because my days are spent trying to figure out how to use this Cotton Picking Ontoport platform and do it right, that, of course, is what makes my day filled with mistakes, corrections, starting overs, calling back, getting chat help, and screen zooms and all that kind of thing to get things right, at least for one issue at a time, piece after piece after piece. There's so many different pieces and all the things I'm wanting to get done, and to get them all working together, that those chat people are probably getting sick and tired of me chatting up with them. But I wouldn't call this mistakes or failures. It's not a repeated mistake. When I learn it once, I know right where to do it and what I'm doing. And it adds up where I'm getting faster and faster, and I'm learning so much. The learning curve is huge, but I'm learning it, and so I'm so grateful for that. The next question is, what was your biggest success today, Marty? In other words, what did you do well today? Well, my biggest success today was getting that first product order form fixed and copied 12 times, and the 13th product for all the group of all of them, and I got them done. Bam, done. Way to go, Marty. Anyway, my next end of the day success routine question asked me to rate my day's effort. Well, I decided to give my day's effort an 8, and I'll explain why. I worked at the speed of 10 all day for sure, but I still have several issues that still need to get resolved, and I'm not learning it as fast as I want, and so that slows down what I am anticipating and hope that I could get done in a day. But I'm getting a lot done, but I don't think it's at the speed of 10 right now. So, okay, I want to end the day strong. Here's what I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for the principle that says words that are habitually chosen to use in writing or the spoken word affect not only how we communicate with others, but how we communicate with ourselves internally. And therefore, they affect what we experience. Words can injure our egos or inflame our hearts, can't they? We can instantly change our emotional experience simply by choosing new words to describe to ourselves what we're feeling. You know, you talk to people a lot and they say, I feel. Well, what I'm feeling, I feel. It's all about feeling. If we fail to master words, and if we allow their selection to be determined strictly by unconscious habit, mapping, in other words, we may be denigrating our entire experience of life. Again, words matter. People with an impoverished vocabulary, for example, live an impoverished emotional life. People with a rich vocabulary have a multiplied palette of colors with which to paint their experiences, not only for others, but for themselves. That's so powerful. I love that concept. It's so powerful. These principles lead to the next thing I'm grateful for, the law of consistency in words, which simply means to consciously control our lives, we need to consciously elevate and improve our consistent vocabulary to make sure that it is pulling us in the direction we desire, speaking into existence what we want, what we think and feel, and then speak out over and over, pulls us that way. And if it's not where we want to go, quit saying what you don't want. That's what that means. Words convey distinct emotional intensity. So powerful. Words convey distinct emotional intensity and not just literal meanings. For example, if we have the habit of saying that, I hate this or I hate that, over and over and over again, it is a word habit that raises the intensity of our negative emotional state of mind. If we use, I prefer something else, there isn't the intensity, and therefore we attract something very different into the portal of our minds and then manifest it into our lives. Be careful what we speak. Next, I'm grateful for Plutarch, who said 5% of the people think, 10% of the people think they think, and the other 85% rather die than think. Let me repeat that. 5% of the people think, 10% of the people think they think, and the other 85% would rather die than think. The word's pursuit of excellence certainly creates more intensity than I'm just trying to make things better and to get by. But changing just one word in our communications with others can instantly change the way we feel, and often the way they subsequently, and what we subsequently behave and how we behave. Just changing one word or a couple of things in our sentence. The bottom line here is that by simply changing our habitual vocabulary, the mapping that produces that cotton picking habitual wording, the words we consistently use to describe the emotions of our lives, how I'm feeling, what I'm feeling, we can instantaneously change how we think, how we feel, and how we live. Let's stop there. I'll be back here tomorrow night right here at my laptop, but until then, I wish you continued success. Good night.